Well, yeah, I think you've seen parts of my job before, but this is actually where I sit. This is where the magic happens. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Paul, aren't you the boss? And you work in a cubicle. Well, yeah. I'm going to stop talking about spoiler warnings. Instead, I'm just going to show this. Want to take a few minutes. I have several Star Wars videos that I still am trying to finish up here, and as we're getting later and later, I'm wondering, is like, am I ever actually going to finish these? So let's talk about family real quick. Um, it's kind of funny because neither the Sith nor the Jedi, and when I'm speaking of the Jedi, I'm really talking about kind of the old system from before the gap in between the original series and the prequels, everything before that. Neither the Sith nor the Jedi really were very favorable toward family. The Jedi's just outright no, no, you're not getting married. Say goodbye to your mom. She's staying in slavery. Goodbye. You're never going to see her again. The Sith will use family to tug at the heartstrings, as in Palpatine telling Anakin, you can, the dark side, you can protect your wife, type of an approach. But at the end of the day, they don't really care. Palpatine, ironically, does the same thing to Vader in the original series, just with Luke this time. You need to bring him to the dark side, type of stuff. But at the end of the day, family ties for the Sith, they're a tool to be used, but they're not. They can be discarded just as quickly. So Palpatine really is totally okay with, Amidala and the twins dying, because that kind of gets Vader into the place that Palpatine wants him. In the same way, Palpatine is totally okay with killing Luke, because that's what he thinks needs to be done. That shouldn't really surprise us, the Sith kind of acting that way. What should surprise us is the Jedi point of view. And under their system, they have this idea that these kind of super strong emotional tides could be a path to the dark side. And they're right. I mean, we see that in Anakin. But we also see the strong emotional ties being a tether to the light. And so that's exactly that string that Luke tugs on to bring Anakin back. So the emotional ties were manipulated to lead to darkness, but in their base form, they can also lead to the light. And it's ironic that the same people who saw Vader's return to the light because of family are the same people who took Kylo from his family to put him with Luke, because Luke, they figured, well, Luke's a Jedi, he can kind of help Kylo out. And that would be, obviously, Kylo's parents and Luke himself. Whereas they start to realize in The Force Awakens what they should have seen all along. It's like, yes, Luke's a Jedi, but Han, you're his father, and that's a much more important tie. Now, where that tie leads Kylo, well, we have yet to see. But there's no doubt that that's going to be an important part of his path going forward. The fact that he killed his father. I think the Jedi are pretty short-sighted in their quest to kind of separate themselves from these emotional bonds. The emotional bonds are strong, and can be manipulated, but at the same time, the emotional bonds are strong and can be used for good as well. We can only imagine what the prequels would have been like if the Jedi had been approached Anakin more in the way of, dude, cool, got Padme, I'll die. Call on us if we can do anything to help out, man. Maybe some double dates or something. I don't know. But it would have played out considerably differently. And that is the foothold that Palpatine needs to get into Anakin. As always, thanks so much for joining me. Please do subscribe. We do have probably a couple more Star Wars videos to do. I'm going to try to get those done here relatively soon. But we have more talks with Melvin, more memories of games gone by. Please subscribe and let me know what you think. I'll talk with you later.